So you just heard Just Dricka perform on the Artist Access. Now we're going to sit down. We're going to find out a little more about what inspires her to do the work that she does. So first, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just wondering, with that poem, could you tell us the title again and what inspired you to write that piece?
The title of the poem is Time. And my sister's untimely death is what inspired me to write it. I actually woke up from my sleep the night she passed away, and it just wouldn't stop ringing in my head. So I got up, I jotted it down. The next morning, I didn't even remember it. I thought I was dreaming. When I went through my phone, it was there.
Would you say that it was almost like automatic writing?
Yeah.
You didn't think, it just came out?
Most definitely just came out. I just wrote it in my notes, went back to sleep. I wasn't able to sleep until I got up and wrote it in my notes. I tossed and turned all night.
So when you wrote it down, and you went back and read it, did you edit it at all? Or was it like, this is a whole complete poem?
No, I didn't have to make any changes to it. The only thing that I added was that song, like the top, that's a song that's playing on the radio, and I think what even made that even play in my head is because I think that's the last thing I heard before I went to bed that night. They say time heals. And to myself, I said, no, the fuck it don't. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how it came about.
Yeah, so with your poem, it kind of is your immediate reaction to the loss of your sister.
Yeah, most definitely.
How much time has gone by, and has time been a healer for you?
Man, so my sister passed away November 2nd, 2021. And on July 10th, they told us that she had 6 months to live. And, even though people say, well, it wasn't that much time left, I counted down the days, the hours, the minutes, the seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever my phone would ring in the middle of the night and it was my sister's phone, I would jump up out of my sleep thinking that this is it. So it's like, I can't say time has healed anything, and it's almost been 2 years, and time has done nothing but remind me, that I'm missing a piece of my puzzle. Hence, you know what I'm saying? I decided to get my children puzzle pieces, and this one is missing one. So, yeah.
Yeah. So from right now, where you are on this timeline of loss, what I hear you saying is that you still miss your sister every day.
Every day. Her birthday just passed August 4th.
Yeah, and you have constant reminders of your sister.
Yes.
And maybe that's a lesson in itself.
I mean, it is, but also losing my sister. My sister's death taught me a lot.
Wow.
Because my sister is the only person that I've ever known to literally live every day like it was her last. Wow. And so, before my sister passed away, I wasn't even performing my poetry. And she used to always say, why you haven't performed yet? You ain't gonna do nothing yet? You haven't done it yet? You just need to do it.
Wow.
Why you waiting? What you waiting for? And I think September before she passed away, I went ahead and, broke my virginity on stage. And, she was so happy to even hear about it, and I'm glad I did it before she left.
Wow, wow,
You know what I mean? So she got a chance to even see me in action, So that piece that I performed, it actually went viral. I got 1.9 million views.
That's amazing.
On Voices in Power, and so that's paying enough homage to my sister right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your sister was a catalyst for you to actually get out of your head, so to speak, and get onto the stage and use your voice.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's a poem, the poem that you just performed went viral. And that's also attached to your sister.
Yeah.
It's like your sister is a part of your story in this way you can't take out.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
So let me ask you more about some of the themes of your poetry in general.
Okay.
What are some of the things that you like to write about? Is it anything and everything, or are there certain topics?
I mean, I really just write how I feel. I have a couple of erotic pieces that, I got one that's it has like 2,800 views, almost 3,000 views, and it's an erotic piece. And I never titled the piece, but whenever I'm about to perform, my fellow poets go, do thigh pies. And so, So, you know, that's the name of it now. It's Thigh
I love
Pies.
that.
So it's a bit of an erotic piece. But I write about love. I write about, you know, grief. I write how I'm feeling.
Yeah,
So, yeah, you know, if it's on my heart, I write it.
that's right. A lot of people talk about poetry and writing being kind of like therapeutic for them. Would you say that it's been therapeutic for you? Is that
All my
its
life.
main? Yeah.
All my life, I've been writing since I was like 9.
Wow.
Yeah, I told this story on live yesterday.
Yeah.
When I was like 9, 10 years old, I had a little journal. My mama found it. She read some of it, throw it away. Like, wait a minute, what is
Wait,
this?
why did she throw
was
it
like,
away?
It wasn't, you know, it wasn't some nice stuff. I was writing what I felt, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, she ain't like all of the content, you know. And then by the time I got in high school, I would write my stuff and I'd put it in my locker so she wouldn't have to read it, you know. And, you know, some of the stuff got lost along the way, but, you know, I never stopped writing.
Yeah.
You know, so.
So writing has been a part of your life for a very long time.
Yeah.
You've been expressing yourself. You've had a place to kind of put your thoughts down. But it's not until more recently, it sounds like, that you've gotten on the stage. So tell us about that path, that journey from being someone who's writing how they feel for themselves versus sharing those thoughts with others. How has that changed you or changed other people?
So my little sister that's my diary. My sister Mary, anything I write, I kind of get approval through her. I FaceTime her, hey, this something I wrote. And she like, let me hear, oh yeah, that's the one, you know. And just before I just start performing, I would always go to all the poetry venues. I would buy my tickets. I would go sit in the back. And a couple of people that did know that they was like, you ready? You know, I'm like, no, you know. And the first day that I did perform, Seven the Poet, when he saw my name on the list, he was like, nah. You know, he was like, nah, not Dricka. So he called me outside. He was like, you for real? He was like, what you about to get up here and say? I was like, you got to wait. And, you know, when he heard me speak, he was blown away, you know. And he was like, oh, okay, like she really got something to say, you know. And, you know, from that point, I guess I hit the ground running.
That's right.
Because from that point, I haven't stopped performing. And it's been sometimes I just like, nah, I think I want to go back to just sitting in a crowd. But then sometimes the reaction that I get from the audience and from people that come up to me after shows, like, you don't know how much I needed to hear that, or you were speaking my mind. That's the things that keep me going. That's the things that keep me, okay, well, let me stay in my bag. Let me keep writing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let me keep sharing. Now, don't get me wrong. It's some stuff that I've written that I don't think I'll ever share. But you'll be surprised on the things that you share, and you just don't know who needs to hear it. So I'm appreciative of just the gift that I have.
Wow.
And I'm grateful.
It reminds me of, like, sometimes maybe you go to church, maybe you just look up things on YouTube, but it seems uncanny that a message that you need to hear is coming from someone else, almost exactly
Absolutely.
the way you need to hear it.
Absolutely. Because I go live a lot, you know, because if I don't go live, some of my poetry friends, they hit me like, you're not going to go live today? And it's like, that even speaks to me about how much they need to hear what I got to say.
That's right.
And so, a lot of times when I do go live and I'll say something and they'll be like, I was just talking about that, or I was just thinking that, or some, you know, and it's clarity, right? And we were, you know, we have a panel and we were talking about how poetry can be ministry. And it's most definitely ministry. You know, it is, because, you know, it saves a lot of people.
Yes. So thank you so much, Just Dricka, for
Thank
sharing
you for
your
having
story.
me.
I'm inspired. I'm sure a lot of people are inspired. If you're sitting at the back of a poetry reading or an open mic,
get up. Get up. Hey, you never know
life
who
will
may need to hear it. Get up. Get up.
so you heard it here, okay? So where can people find you? What's coming up next for you?
You know, I'm definitely at Poetry Lounge every Sunday. Myself, Poyo Poetry, and Courtney Lynn, we have a open mic that we do. It's called Do the Right Thing, like writing, do the right thing. And, you know, it's very, very welcoming for other poets. Right now we're trying to get everything, you know, so we're not doing it this Thursday. We don't know when we'll be back, but when we do come back, it's going to be bigger and better. Aside from that, you know, I'm pulling up to the venues. You know, one of my favorite poets hit me up yesterday. She say she coming to Houston. I'm not going to drop the ball, but she say she coming to Houston, and I'm going to get to perform with her, so I'm excited about that. Amazing. That's going to be on the 18th. So, yeah.
So you guys have to all check it out, and we will be back. Yes, you have the IG. You can see it on the screen. Go to our IG. That's where she's going to post. Make sure you make it to that event and support. And then also we will be back with one more performance. This is the Artist Access.